Hello, I'm Maggie McCracken, an environmental studies major and museum studies minor at the College of the Holy Cross. Welcome to Art in an Early Global World at the WAM. Bright, colorful, and ornate mosaics have decorated walls and floors in grand churches and private homes for thousands of years. This section of a floor mosaic, now hanging on the wall in the Worcester Art Museum, is about 4 feet tall and 12 feet wide. In the 500s, it was part of a home in a suburb of Antioch, which is in modern-day southern Turkey. At that time, this region was transitioning from the Roman Empire to the Byzantine Empire. However, there was a lot of continuity between Romans and Byzantines in many of their styles, beliefs, and practices. The Worcester Art Museum's portion of the floor mosaic includes 3 designs. The outer edge of the floor, which is visible here on the top, has a continuous wave pattern. The middle and largest section consists of curving vines behind a leaping goat, a pair of peacocks in profile, a basket of grapes, and a rooster. The bottom portion of the border, which was closest to the center of the floor, appears as a flowing ribbon around geometric pegs. Mosaic artists arrange small cubes of cut stone called tesserae on a bed of lime mortar after sketching the design into the wet surface. They use small pieces of various colors to create forms and patterns that emerge as a viewer steps back from the piece. Mosaics, which are made up of lots of tiny colored squares, are similar in some ways to the current technology of pixels. In the case of this panel, you can observe how the mosaicist first used small stones to outline the main images, the animals, the vines, the basket, and then filled the rest following those outlines. The various stones, including polished limestone and marble, are naturally colored: green, orange, red, black, and a dozen or so other colors. They were most likely sourced from a combination of local quarries and imported material acquired through medieval trade networks. Limestone and marble are found throughout the Mediterranean and would have arrived in Antioch by land and sea routes. Remember the wave pattern on the border. Another way the mosaic shows interconnection across the medieval globe is the symbolic meanings of the objects expressed, like the grapes and the peacocks. These have roots in multiple traditions and so communicate interrelated ideas to different groups of people. Both the grapes, sweet and luscious fruits, and the peacocks with their showy display of iridescent feathers generally communicate wealth and abundance. They also convey meaning in a religious sphere, and indeed more than one religious sphere. Christianity was still spreading in the southern part of Turkey in the early Middle Ages when this mosaic was commissioned. The grapes and peacocks have meaning for both Christians and pagans. To pagans, they evoke notions of fertility and immortality. Peacocks drop and regrow their tail feathers every year, and it was believed that the flesh of peacocks would never decay. For Christians, peacocks and grapes are associated with paradise, renewal, and the resurrection of Christ. Grapes are the source of wine, a traditional feature of Greek pagan culture, but also an essential element of the Christian communion, where it represents or becomes Christ's blood. The rooster and the goat prancing among the leaves suggest a pleasant and fruitful garden, which could be interpreted as the Christian paradise or else with more secular or pagan meanings. Though the images can function as religious symbols, this floor was not in a religious setting. It was found in a home, mostly seen and enjoyed by residents and their visitors. As a form of domestic architecture, the mosaic also had a practical function as a surface on which people walked. The durability of the mosaics was essential to their practical use. The peacock mosaic operates in multiple spheres. It works functionally, both as a smooth floor to walk on and as a domestic decoration, and symbolically represents both wealth generally and religious beliefs that could resonate with a variety of visitors to the owner's home.